My name is Kevin Bratcher. I work for the Department of Natural Resources, the Division of Mineral Resources Management, as a project officer. Returning to their Tuscarawas County family farm after serving in World War II, twins Marion and Milton Dessecker, with no previous experience, using self-reliance and determination, built what has become known as Ohio's hidden mine. This AML project site began as a surface mine in 1947, operated by the Dessecker Coal Company. The Desseckers expanded their operation to include deep mining in the mid-1950s. Production of the number 6 Middle Kittanning coal from this small-scale operation continued into the 1970s. Multiple dangerous problems were left on site, including a high wall, 2 portals, a coal tipple and support structures, and a large pile of steeply sloped coal refuse. The high wall averaged 70 feet in height and was nearly 1,800 feet long. Both portals were open, and all the buildings in the tipple were in a dilapidated and unsafe condition. The coal refuse pile was 3 acres in size. The project site lies entirely within the boundaries of the Camp Tuscarawas Foundation property. Camp Tuscarawas is called Ohio's most historic camp due to its long history of use dating back almost 100 years. The camp is a year-round facility and is utilized by both the Boy Scouts and the general public, creating a very dangerous public health and safety issue. From a historic perspective, when significant unique properties are affected by a project, some form of mitigation must occur. Partnership between Ohio's AML program and the Ohio State Historic Preservation Office broke new ground in Ohio, for the first time using video documentation to preserve the Dessecker stories and images for future generations, while allowing for the removal of the structures and the restoration of the site deemed unsafe for the general public. This collaborative twofold effort was thought to best serve the citizens of Ohio. The resulting Dessecker mine video is available for viewing on all Ohio Department of Natural Resources digital media outlets. The Dessecker mine project involved a total of 20 acres for reclamation activities. Approximately 210,000 cubic yards of earthwork was necessary to eliminate the high wall, and an additional 18,000 cubic yards to reclaim the refuse pile. Both dangerous portals were closed, and over 4,000 tons of stone and gravel were used. 25 tons of tires and 500 tons of debris were removed from the project site. Also, nearly 1,400 lineal feet of stream was restored prior to the revegetation of the 18 acres. Partnership with Camp Tuscarawas Foundation resulted in a reclamation plan emphasizing the future intended land uses, with improved access, expanded parking areas, new camping, hiking, and horseback riding opportunities, and the reforestation of 7 acres with the planting of 5,000 hardwood seedlings. Partnership with the American Industrial Mining Company, a nationwide 501c3 nonprofit preservation, restoration, and education organization, allowed for the salvage of much of the mining and coal processing equipment left at the site. During the project, as the tipple was carefully dismantled, small-scale rail track, the coal shaker and screen assembly, and the coal conveyor were additionally salvaged. Some of this equipment has already been restored and is operational and is open for public viewing at American Industrial's Working Mine outdoor display in Brownsville, Pennsylvania. A partnership formed with the New Philadelphia High School in cooperation with Camp Tuscarawas Foundation has allowed for the study of the environmental impacts of this site by the college preparatory chemistry and biology 2 classes, both before and after site restoration. The Ohio AML program, by forming multifaceted partnerships with various organizations, has transformed the Dessecker mine site from a dangerous liability into an educational and productive asset for the use of future generations.
Hi, my name's Dave Shantz. I'm an officer with the Camp Tuscarawas Foundation. I've been asked to say a few words about the Dessecker mine site and our involvement with ODNR and the Abandoned Mine Lands program. Camp Tuscarawas began really in 1920. The first scouts camped here then. We're about to celebrate our 100th anniversary, and we're planning for that. The scouting in the United States began in 1910, so this camp really started very quickly after scouting began. The McKinley Council in Canton was looking for a place to have a permanent camp, and Scouts began to camp here, as I said, in 1920. The first deed for the camp was purchased in 1924. And so ever since then, Scouts have been camping here. The McKinley Council became what's currently known as the Buckeye Council. They sold the camp to a local family in 1986, and then in 1989 that family began to deed portions of the camp back to Scouts in the form of the Camp Tuscazor Foundation, which is a separate nonprofit corporation that is not affiliated with the Boy Scouts, although we are considered a friend of Scouting. As part of our purchase over the years of the camp property, and our operation of the camp, we became friends with the Dessecker family. And Marion and Milton Dessecker farmed and mined coal here for many years, and they were always good neighbors to us. The family was always good neighbors to us. And then in 2007, in a tragic accident, Marion died on this property. In 2009, the heir of Marion, a woman by the name of Paula Jo Carter, put the real estate up for auction, and we were able to purchase most of the farm at auction. And that purchase included the mine site that you see behind me. Now, at the time, this area was a real moonscape. When I was a kid and camped here in the 1970s, you could walk up and view this property, although you stayed off of it because it was considered very dangerous, and it was. There were power lines coming into it, power lines that laid right on the ground. There were pieces of rusty equipment all over the place, gob piles. There were two entrances to the mine. One was an air shaft and the other was the actual production shaft. And so, our adult leaders kept us out of this area for good reason. And the other reason is that the Desseckers really didn't want trespassers in this area either. But when we purchased this property in 2009, we were looking on the ODNR website and saw the Abandoned Mine Lands program that was available, and so I contacted the ODNR office in Tuscarawas County, and we began discussions about what might be done with this area to reclaim it under the AML program, and we were very happy to partner with ODNR and other organizations to reclaim this. I can remember as a kid walking through the camp property, and the stream that came out of this area ran orange. For many, many years it ran orange, and that of course drained into the Tuscarawas River, was a source of pollution. And now it runs clear, and we're very happy about that. It's a much better area for kids and families to come and to enjoy the beauties of nature without having to see the pollution. We are looking forward to March 30th, when 125 to 150 scouts and families will be on this property, and we'll plant over 5,000 trees. So we're looking forward to not only having this area reclaimed, but having it reforested. And it's become a very beautiful area for us, and we're looking forward to enhancing it and growing it even further.
Could you give me your name and tell me a little bit about Red Malkwood Incorporated?
Yeah, I'm Mark Malkwood, and I'm with Red Malkwood Incorporated, which we're located in Strasburg, and we've been in business for since 1949. So, and we've done a lot of these AML projects.
Can you tell me, Mark, how long you've worked on Ohio's AML problems and how many projects generally you've successfully completed?
I think we've been doing them for probably close to 30 years, and we've done a lot of projects through the years. Kind of lost count of them, but I would say 30, 40 of these projects around the state.
I understand that the Dessecker Mine project would be considered one of the most challenging due to the number of AML-related problems that were here. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, this particular project was it was an interesting project, being some of the things that we needed to do and deal with. Disassembling the old tipple and saving some of the parts and pieces in there without damaging them was kind of a challenge, and some of the asbestos removal that was in there. We had to have an asbestos abatement plan to do that, and it was just those guys were very innovative guys that made things work. It was unique. It was to take that stuff apart and see the different things that they used that were still functionable. You know, it was pretty interesting. And, it was a challenge to tear that tipple down. It was fairly high, and save those parts that needed to be saved.
There was a lot of coal refuse, I understand, also.
Yeah, you know, back in those days, they just they had different areas that they dumped all the coal refuse, and so we had to deal with that, clean that up, and had specific places that we put it and placed it, limed it, compacted it, and buried it.
The air shaft and the production portal were both open also.
Yeah, those were, that air shaft, that thing was huge, you know. It was, you could walk back in it if you would have had, I didn't have the nerve to go back in there, but it was interesting. It was big. It had to be 6 or 8 feet back in that hill, and it's amazing they were able to construct that stuff like that back in the time when they started mining here.
You restored almost 1,400 feet of stream channel.
Yeah, they had some pretty nasty water running here. Just we contained that and constructed drainage channels with rock-lined channels with stone, stabilized channels, and directed the flow to the main stream.
The reclamation plan emphasized future use of the property. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was. I knew it was going to be for the Boy Scout camp, and we built some campsites, which there was coal refuge in that area, but we made areas that they could have their campsites and usable, something that scouts could come out and enjoy.
So you were able to transform this site from a dangerous liability into a useful asset?
Yeah, I think it's a nice site here, and it'll continue to improve with the planting of the trees that the ODNR is going to be planting. So I think it'll be in the future it'll be a nice getaway site.